and then I just disappear. But this is good. This is good. The Freakshow's Oasis, right? I'm taking it in another direction. Because so my idea for it was just to like vent about what's going on and kind of, I guess, talk about a lot of current events and things that are going on in the world and, you know, rebuke things that I hate. But I've kind of, you know, come to the understanding that everybody can talk crap about culture. You know, everybody can talk crap about the world and, you know, even by trying to bring light to things that are gross, even by talking about things that aren't necessarily talked about in the mainstream, it's like, I just feel like I don't have a place in it. I feel like that's the world and I'm not of the world anymore. I really just feel, anyways. Also, a lot of the things I wanted to talk about, you know, they're already talked about by a million other podcasters, and I'll make some recommendations based on some of the subject matter that I wanted to dive into. But there's a podcast called Just Go There with these two girls, and it's really cool. That's kind of the direction I wanted to go. But I've kind of realized lately that, you know, anyone can talk about politics. Anyone can talk about current culture versus the Bible. Anyone can rebuke all of the craziness of the world. But only I can tell my own life story. And so that's what I'm gonna do. And so this is the Freakshow's Oasis. I believe it would be number 4, but we're gonna just call it the reintroduction, because I even watched those videos that I made before, and I'm just not, I'm not happy with it. It seems very angry and abrupt, and I even disagree with some of the things I said. And yeah, I would rather do this, because like I said, the only person who can tell my stories is me. Anybody can tell, you know, this drag queen showed up at a school, like all that gross stuff. Anybody can talk about that stuff, and they should. And there are people who are, and I'll leave it to them. And sure, I might talk about current events now and then, but I think for the most part, we're gonna dive into the history of me. And the reason that I'm gonna do that is because, actually it's something, so I was at a women's night, ladies' night at my church last night, and we're all kind of sitting around the table talking about, you know, our lives, and I was kind of rambling a bit like I always do, and then one of the women next to me just said, so sweet, you know, because I said, oh, I feel like I just talk too much. You guys need to talk more. I feel like I just never stop talking. I want to know about you guys, you girls, you women. And the girl next to me just looked at me and said, you know what though, like you talking about it gives other people courage to talk about these things. And so, yeah, it's just, I recognize that, because there's so many things that I've been through. And even online, like my whole online life, a big reason why I just can't seem to stop being here is because every time I tell something, every time I share something, every time I get personal, I get replies from people who are like, I've never told anybody this, but this happened to me too. And that is too important to walk away from for me, because I seem to have this weird, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a gift, but I have this like, just people, that happens. And maybe the more that I share, from my personal, because I never really wanted to talk about a lot of these things, you know, in the past, because I was so consumed by trying to be this sex icon that I didn't want to like victimize myself or tell certain stories about my life because it would make me less desirable. Gross. And also when you tell stories of sexual assault and things like that, men typically get offended by it, and not all, but a lot of men like see that as an attack on them, and then they don't want to associate with you. And I knew that when I was like trying to attract that type of business, when I was doing my OnlyFans and stuff, I was aware of that, and so I never shared any stuff like that. And I know I shared some when I was doing the whole Save the Children, and I told my whole story about my horrible experience with a Hollywood predator. But unfortunately for me, that was the last thing technically to happen to me in my life currently. But it was like, I've had a very, very sexualized life from very small, and you know, some things, it's just like, you don't want to offend people from your past, you don't want to, you know, scare your family, you don't want to, I don't know, there's just so many reasons to keep quiet. But I'm finding in my life, the more I'm honest and open and tell the truth and just share my experiences, the more it helps other people. And you know, that's way too important to not do for me. So yeah, so the Freaksho's Oasis is still just a drink of water if you're wandering in the desert. And you know, I never even really talked about why I called it that, because there was this game when I was young called Zelda, the Wind Waker, and I played it all the time. And in Zelda the Wind Waker, if you ever wanted to just escape and go to an island that had no enemies, you could go to your Oasis. And my name in Zelda, like obviously you're playing as Link, but I named my guy Freaksho. And so I would always escape all of the battles and enemies, and I would go to the Freaksho's, my Oasis, Freaksho's Oasis. And why was I named Freaksho? Well, because everybody called me, I was not liked when I was young. I was liked by, you know, old men and teenage boys. And I'll be sharing those stories. I'm literally gonna start from the beginning after this one. And yeah, I was weird. I was weird. Like I was just weird. I was just a weird kid, and people didn't like me, and people were mean to me. And so, you know, when I became popular online like years ago, it all kind of went to my head. And I know I talked about that on the number one, but it all went to my head, and then I thought I was better than everyone. But like, that's so not true, and I know that. And now it's like, people are nice to me and they like me, and I feel like I don't deserve it, because I was disliked and then I was liked, but I was rude about it. And now it's like, people are nice to me and I just am like, I don't deserve it. So yeah, I'm just gonna dive into my life and all my horrific stories, and like, just like blanket trigger warning, it's gonna be graphic, and I'm also not gonna hold back names. I've always, even when I've had my other podcasts, I would tell stories sometimes and I'd say this guy or that guy, but like, what am I, you know, I don't care. What are you gonna do? Sue me? Go ahead. I'm pretty sure there's no statute of limitations on sexual assault. But so yeah, I'm just gonna share my experiences, and hopefully it will empower other people to come forward, because my whole life before this last year is my testimony, truly. It's just like been just, I don't want to swear also, but I have a hard time describing my life without saying effed up. Like, it's this one effed up situation after another. So yeah, I'm just gonna testimony. Freaksho's Oasis is now my testimony. And if you have questions or concerns and want to reach out or need someone to talk to who's been through it, I'll try to be there, but I also feel like I don't know. I'm trying to be like a good friend to people who are in my life now, because everybody's just so sweet, and like church women are a different breed. They're just so loving, and I'm so lucky to have found everything. I just thank God, all the glory to God. I don't even know if I said that. I should have opened with that. I gotta be better at talking about God right away and being like, he's the best. He saved my life. Like, you guys have no clue how much my life has changed in the last 3 to 6 months, even in the last 1 month. Total upside down. And we'll go there. We'll get there, and we'll talk. And thanks for being here, and I love you, and I guess it's just gonna be a journey. And the butterfly is coming soon. I know I always make these dates like, oh, my album's gonna come out this day, my next album's coming out this day, but guess what? I don't get to pick the date. God does. And he has decided that it's coming soon, because my brain he's just giving me all these beautiful things to say and sing, and I just love singing to him as well. So the Butterfly album will be coming soon, and yeah, I don't know. I just feel really good, and things are going to be good for you. And if anybody needs like prayer, I'm new to praying for people, but I've been doing it a lot. I pray for people that don't even know I'm praying for them, because I just have to. I just feel like that's all I can do. That's all I can do to, I just want to glorify God in every way. And the whole, like, there's like the best Bible verse, that the truth will set you free. Yeah, I'm free. And so I'm going to keep telling the truth. So, yeah. So I don't know what day these are going to come out. I don't know, but I'm hoping to get on a solid schedule. It should be easy to maintain, because I'm better at focusing now and getting things done, because God is just always helping me and with me. And so I just thank God. God is just so cool, man. And I hope that through you, even if you're not one of my Christian friends, if you're one of my old friends from the cosplay community, if you're one of my OnlyFans friends from the sex worker community, I love you. I really love you. I really love you. And I really just hope, I hope everyone, regardless of our current relationship, whether you think I hate you or not, I don't. And I just want everyone to know that they're loved and that God is looking out for you all the time. All you have to do is call his name. Call his name. Say Jesus is Lord. Say Christ is Lord. Say it! Say it, and maybe he'll start working. I mean, he's already always working in your life. You just gotta spend some time in his word and discover him, and make a personal relationship with God, because that's all it is. Like, you don't, like, yes, you should go to a church, because being around like-minded people helps you stay on track. And I just love talking God and gospel and Bible with other Christians, because once you're saved, it's just so exciting, and you just want to talk about it with everyone. And then you go into the world and people are like, the Bible, whoa. And so I encourage you that if you do try to have a relationship with God, just find a church that's nice and go to it. Yeah. Gonna have fun, gonna be good, everything's gonna be awesome. Because God's got it. It's all in God's hands. I have no control over anything. I am in full submission to God. And as I just study His Word and live this life and help my church and I just, God blesses me. Even my deepest desires, He knows what they are, and yeah, it's all in His hands. So, yeah. See you later.